Hello. Welcome to Trancey Talk, everyone. I hope you're all doing well and get ready for a very fun and very special episode today. Because it's not your regular show, it's not your regular episode. Today, we're celebrating a very unbelievable milestone, if you ask me. Like, when I started, I would have never thought that I'd be here today celebrating 10 years of this channel. I've actually been doing hypnosis for 11 or 12 now, but 10 years of making content, that's a whole other thing. So, hey everyone, how are you all doing? I'm definitely doing fantastic, and uh, let me know if the audio and video are all going well, and the usual. Uh, yeah, I know it's been a bit of a hard stream to actually do, because last Saturday I had a power outage that screwed up the internet, but I definitely wanted to do the stream, and I wasn't gonna wait until the weekend. I wanted to celebrate everything with you, so I'm glad you're all here and loving the lively chat. Hey, it's actually 1 a.m. here. Yeah, I do these streams at 1 a.m. if you didn't know. Uh, I found that this is a pretty reasonable, well, it's definitely not a reasonable time for me, though I do sleep late. I'm a night owl, like a big time night owl. Uh, but yeah, I do these streams at 1 a.m. my time, because that's when some of you are midnight, and others, I think, for the US, it's like between 7 p.m. to 3 p.m., depending on East Coast, West Coast. Yeah, exactly. 6 p.m. for 6 p.m. for some of you. I guess East Coast, West, East Coast, USA. Yeah, I'm a night owl, and well, since most of my viewers, or some of my viewers, are mainly US based, so I find that that's the most suitable time, because if I do it later than that, it's gonna be like 2, 3 a.m., and it's hard. It's hard to do that. I know, time zones, man. It's magic. I like to think of it. It's not magic. It's just the universe. But but I always feel like they're magic. Like, how on Earth is it 1 a.m. for me, while it's midnight for some of you, while it's 6 p.m. for others. The whole thing is, it's just interesting, I guess. Anyway, we're what are we doing here today? We are actually gonna be having a fun time talking and enjoying each other's company. And I do want you to be like active and join me in the conversation, because the whole idea of the stream is to, well, go through my history, I guess, in a way, like the history of the channel, the history of how I started, and the files, because in these 10 years, I have like 200 plus files. And I'd love to go, definitely not through all of them, because if that's gonna be the case, we'll probably be here for, well, the next anniversary. But yeah, uh, I wanted to share this moment with you, share this milestone with you all, and just have fun. And of course, we'll be talking hypnosis, so maybe, just maybe, there will be hypnosis along the way, or at least splash effects of the fact that I'm talking about hypnosis. Or let's be honest, for some of you, most of you, all of you, it's probably just the fact that I'll be talking for an hour that would, well, it would affect you big time. Uh, but yeah, as usual, exactly. It's an area of effect hypnosis attack, and it's super effective. Yeah, the Pokemon reference. But yeah, before we start, if you're new to the channel, then welcome, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out my other content that you'll find a whole lot and a huge variety of fuzz and anything hypnosis. And exactly, like the video, because as we always say here, we like to hypnotize the algorithm. Thank you, Dizzy. Uh, we like to hypnotize the algorithm because the more you like my content, the more it shows, the more people find it, the more people join, the more people enjoy my content, and the more the channel grows. And who knows, maybe when I'm celebrating, I don't want to say 20 years because that is scary. Well, it's not scary in like, oh my god, I've been doing this for 20 years. It's like, oh my god, 20 years, damn. Uh, but well, hey, they'll be able to come and join us and enjoy the content and enjoy everything hypnosis and mind melting. But yeah, to want to start, I'm gonna be talking a lot. I know, oh my god, talking a lot. That's so boring. I don't want you to be talking. Well, that would be funny because what are you doing here if you don't want to hear or listen to me talk for an hour? But yeah, I feel like the best way to start, or the uh best thing to do, is to actually start from, or how I started. And it's actually, it's not the, oh my god, what is this story, it's out of the word. It's the most super common, or well, second common uh story out there. It was not actually Ka for me. It wasn't the Jungle Book. I did enjoy, uh when I was a kid, I always enjoyed uh cartoon episodes with hypnosis or mind control or any sort of brainwashing. That's always been like, even before I knew what kinks are, or what, or why I was enjoying these things. I always just gravitated towards these episodes with hypnosis. Uh, I remember Kim Possible. I definitely remember Totally Spies. Damn, Totally Spies was super you know, super heavy on the hypnosis and that kind of stuff. And I do want to know and hear and share with me what got you into hypnosis, how you got into it. For me, it was the cartoons, but specifically, it was Daphne getting hypnotized on Scooby Doo. by the Hypnoclown. I don't know if you know that episode or not. I actually might I'll try to find the link for it. Hopefully we find it. And let me check it. And I hope you are able to hear my keyboard. That's some keyboard ASMR here. So hopefully you hear it. That should be actually, yeah, we should definitely make that here it is. We should make an episode of keyboard ASMR. That would be pretty cool. Don't you think? I think this is the one. I don't know. Does it? Yeah, it does. So yeah, do not, or actually you can check it out, but do not. Uh, did I just mess up my stream and make you go to check another video? Maybe. But anyway, get back when you do. Yeah, Totally Spies is a big one. Uh, it was every fetish, of course. Yeah. Uh, Totally Spy had bondage, had hypnosis, had some, latex kind of stuff. It was a big thing. Uh, and video games, well, obviously, since that was the last file, do check it out after the stream. The last file I posted here on YouTube, it's Would You Kindly? And I don't know if you know where that's from, but hey, uh, take a guess in chat. I'd love to know how many of you actually know where that is from. The thumbnail I put is also a hint. So if you know that font or how it happened, then you definitely know where it came from. Ding ding ding, we have a right answer. Uh yeah, HP says think I probably said it before, but for me it was YouTube videos. Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people I've known throughout the years, uh it was just checking YouTube for hypnosis videos, usually to just relax and, help them with the stress of life in general. And well, they spiraled and fell down the hypnosis rabbit hole. But hey, it's a wonderful place to be, and if it led you here today to this very stream, then I am grateful for whatever uh led you here. And Halo says, I had developed a love of hypnosis from games and using it for comfort. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. It's big on that, like the whole using it to help you relax or just, stressful situation or anxiety. It helps you with that, and then you check this file, that file, this channel, that channel. One thing leads to another, and you're listening to me hypnotizing you to probably be tied up, or I don't know. What's another thing I do? What's another thing I do? That's actually a question for all of you. Like, I've done a lot of fuzz, which we will get to. But I want you to start thinking of like a few fuzz you like from what I do. Uh, and the Facto says, also been writing hypno themed fan content for my favorite games in my head and note apps. Well, hey, definitely feel free to share them. Like, Tumblr is a good place, Twitter, or there is, what's it called? There's a website for like hypnosis stories and whether they're like kink wise or vanilla. I think it was called Read My Mind. I don't know. I'll try to find it, but it's a good place. It has a lot uh, of awesome content, and if you enjoy reading and you enjoy hypnosis, then I highly recommend it. Uh, and yeah, Ashby says I didn't even check for hypno. It was the algorithm. Exactly, the algorithm hypnotized you, and that's why we hypnotize it here. And then I searched for it and fell down the rabbit hole for hypno and kinks. Yeah, that's how it starts. Like for me, after the Scooby Doo episode, it was my early teens. I started reading about it, started like research and trying to understand it. And by the time I was 18, uh, yeah, it's called Read Only Mind. That's the one. Definitely check it out if you enjoy hypnosis or mind control themed stories in general, whether they're kinky or otherwise. But yeah, I was a teen when I started practicing. I started like from I'm gonna be going old school here. I don't know if people remember or know Omegle, but that's actually like for the first couple of months I started there. I was just not sure what I'm doing and trying to understand and just going through text. uh, like the text channels where you add keywords and you get connected with similar people. And yeah, I used it for a month or so and had a few sessions, some successful, some not, of course. And they were generally like a nice learning experience. And then joined, I think it's the defunct website now. I don't know if it still exists, maybe. It was called hypnofetish.com. I think it was like Facebook for for hypnosis, basically. Uh, but yeah, I joined it, and that's when I actually started the whole Great O persona. And the story of why I chose this name, by the way, it's super. Uh, it's super cliche. Like mainly for me at the start, especially, it was like hypnosis was that magical kind of thing. Like, oh my god, it's hypnosis. Like, what's going on? I can control minds. Oh my god. uh, so yeah, I wanted like a sort of magician name, and well, it was the most cliche thing my 18-year-old mind could think of, and just went with the most basic thing of the great, and oh, it's my initial. For those of you who know my name, I know a lot of people actually thought, or throughout the years, people were like, oh, is that O for the big O, the pleasure O? But no, it's actually just my initial. But yeah, I was on that site for a few years, and that's where I started like, oh, scripts, interesting. Like the fact that people write scripts and people read them and enjoy them and get hypnotized by them and all that stuff. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'd like to do something like that. And that back in 2014, that's when I wrote my first ever script, which is actually the first ever file I made. Uh, and that's the relaxation file, my first ever file that I posted sometime in June 2014, 10 years ago. I know, 10 years ago. I'm just like, damn. And maybe some of you listened to it. And if you didn't, or if you haven't listened to it before, I definitely recommend you listen to it. If not for anything, it's just for the fact that I want people to listen to my first ever file, my first ever video I made here, to check it out and see my latest file, the one I just posted a couple of days ago. And well, see the difference, or I hope there is a difference. It would be weird if there isn't a difference, but no, it definitely there is definitely a huge difference between the quality, what I'm doing, my voice, the way I talk, just the whole aura of it between these two. I feel like that's how that's for me how I see my progress, my journey, my evolution, I guess. My growth. That's the more accurate word, how I grew throughout the years. I go back and look through my files and remember uh like they sometimes feel like they're a sort of time capsule, like I've made that file in 2018, for example. 2018, I was in my last year of college. And I was like, damn, I was in college. I was just a student. I didn't know a lot about the world, all that stuff. So yeah, it's a journey. And yeah, that's how I started. Basically why I decided to make a channel and make videos at the start. It was, I enjoyed hypnosis. I wanted people to enjoy it and experience it, and for them to be able to experience what my hypnosis or my brand of hypnosis, I guess, even if I'm not around. Uh, so I wanted to make videos so people can just relax and enjoy themselves, even if I can't personally uh, hypnotize them. That was the first reason and the main reason I started the channel back in 2014. And well, here we are now. But that brings us to the files. So yeah, I've done more than 200 file now. And I actually had like a year and a half or a year and a half where I didn't post files. Uh, that's part of the journey, but that's for a whole different reason. It was because I was working on uh, another project, the Hypnovirus. Maybe some of you know it, maybe you don't, but it was a project I focused on and I enjoyed working on, but it took a lot of time to get like one module of it. Like it took a month and a half to get one module of it, and people would finish it in like 5-10 minutes. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun to make, but it consumed a lot of time, way more than making files. So with life and work and all that stuff, it was not the easiest to maintain. So that's why I decided to stop working on it. It still exists. The website is still out there. The programs for any sort of laptop are still there. Always wanted to make an app for it, but didn't have the technical skills, to be honest. So that exists, but that was my life between mid 2019 till 2021. Then I got back to making files, and I feel uh I feel like since I got back in 2021, I've definitely that was when I started to really grow and really understand and know what I'm doing and why what I want to do. And here we are 3 years later celebrating the 10th anniversary. And yeah, that time felt so long actually. I was doing other stuff and melting minds in a different way. I hope you did enjoy the hypnovirus for anyone or any of you that got to try it out. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it and your experiences. Uh, but well, I returned to my OG place and worked on files once more. And yeah, well, between 2014 and 2017, I was making files very like sporadically. Is that the word? I mainly I was doing it like whenever I was feeling. Uh, Whenever I felt like doing a certain file or something specific, I just did it. So in like these 3 years, I made like maybe 10 files, 20 files max. I don't remember exactly, but it was a very small number. But they were good ones. Like sound quality, I wouldn't say the best because I didn't actually. When I started to record, I remember I had a very basic, lousy headset that I took from my dad, I think. Uh, and then on like 2015, 2016, I started using my phone to record. It had a better mic. Uh, yeah, I know that. I've I've started from the very bottom, I'd say. Like I started with a super old laptop that was at the time 6 years old, and I was using a very old headset, and then I evolved to a newer laptop uh, and used my phone to record. And by I actually got a proper mic in 2018. Yeah, 2018. I got a proper mic. Before that, it was my phone. Uh, but I got the proper mic in 2018, and that's when I started getting serious about it. I did get serious, but I did. For me personally, I think it was a mistake. I was focused on quantity, not quality, for some of them. Like I love my content, and every one of them, every single file I made had its memory, had its like at the time when I was working on it, when I was doing it, I was enjoying it and I still enjoy it and all of that. But it's like, mm, especially you'll notice it in the period where I had like the shorter kind of files. Durations for me aren't a big deal. Like, I personally believe the perfect duration of a file is between 12 to 20 minutes max. And 20 minutes, that's like the extension or the maximum. Because I feel that's a pretty good duration to start a file, build the concept and the world and all that stuff, and actually get to the hypnosis, whether it's just simply a hypnosis part or a hypnosis with instructions or suggestions or any of that stuff. I feel like that range is the best range to do it without it being too short or too long. Like 12 to 20 is the perfect. I'd say 9 to 12 is fine. You'll get it done if it's like something super direct, super specific, and doesn't need a lot of built-in. That's a great duration. But I think a lot of you noticed, especially on my Patreon, You notice that my files these days range from the 13 to 18 minute duration. And oh, speaking of Patreon, well, speaking of just following me and basically knowing what I'm up to and enjoying a lot of pretty fun and mind melting posts and general hypnosis content. Check out my Twitter, follow me on Twitter and on Tumblr. You'll find all the good stuff over there. And well, if you want to actually get a say and vote on the topics of Trancey Talk, like some of them are specific, so I don't actually do polls for them. Like this one, for example, it's the 10-year anniversary, so there wasn't gonna be a lot of choices, you know. But usually I post a poll on my Patreon, and people get to vote and choose what is going on or what we do. Well, that and you get my latest and exclusive content over there. Plus, well, you get to also, that's the newest thing, my latest project. You already know about the 1001 Hypnotic Nights. You get to listen to the newest chapter, the newest story there a month early before YouTube. So, benefits. And generally, it's just supporting me and helping me. And, you know, I do appreciate that. And it's always something I'm trying to work on, like trying to be active, trying to find a way to get you all involved and get you to be part of my little community, my little, my little corner or my little place on the internet. I just enjoy and love when I hear from you, when people comment, when people just message me and tell me about they enjoyed this file, they did that, this did that, they listened to this file, especially the older ones. Like if someone tells me they listened to a file I made like 5 years ago, I'm like, oh, you remember that or you found that? That's pretty cool. I'm glad you liked it and enjoyed it. That kind of stuff. So yeah, Patreon, Tumblr, Twitter, and YouTube. That's where you'll always find me. Anyway, back to my life journey. So at 2017 till 2019, when I stopped working on files, at that time, I've made a lot of bangers. Yeah, I'm gonna blow my horn. Is that the phrase? You know what I mean. I made a lot of good and great and awesome content at the time, but I also made ones where like I was too focused on just meeting a deadline, like a deadline I made for myself. There wasn't actually anyone forcing me to do it, but I was like, I want to churn out some content. I want to be always like people would always notice or find me or any of that stuff. So I wanted just to create content. So some of it was on the shorter side just to manage time management and all that stuff. So I wouldn't say it wasn't good stuff. Like a lot of the shorter stuff I've made, it was a hit and people do enjoy it and all that stuff. But at the same time, I could have spent more time on it to make it even better. That's my biggest lesson learned during the 2017 to 2019 period before going into the hypnovirus. And we then jumped ahead to 2019, or well, actually 2021. Yeah, 2021. Actually, that's the part where I got back into making files, and I started on New Year Eve. Yeah, New Year's Eve. I started going back to it, so it's basically 2020. But yeah, I got back. I was like, I want to do this right. I've missed making files. I've missed making content. I missed posting on YouTube and having people enjoy what I do. And at the time, I believe I had like 900 or 1,000 subscribers. And now I'm blessed and fortunate to say I have like 4.5k, for almost 4.6. So yeah, it grew. It definitely grew, and I'm happy with the growth. Uh, I'm not gonna say like that's small growth. I'm blessed and I'm grateful for everyone. And hey, if one single person enjoyed what I do, then I'm happy. And I'm glad that everyone here and everyone listening in the future is and has and hopefully will continue to enjoy themselves in the future. That's really all I want, and that's the main reason I'm doing all of this. But yeah, back in 2021, I was focused and I wanted to work and make an immersive experience. That was my main goal. That was the thing I always said, the thing I always tried to achieve and try to uh, have people experience. And you'll find that since then till now, I'm always trying to add the sound effects, add the little details, the little parts that would make the files and make the content more. You'd get more into the story, you'd get more into the theme experience, all that stuff. Something like the hair salon hypnosis, something like the captured by the vampire, the masquerade. The masquerade is one of my favorites. I always like and enjoy when people enjoy this one. Although we don't like Disney here because they demonetized that video because it had the haunted mansion sound, like background noise, and the music of it is actually from the haunted mansion Disney theme park ride thing. But hey, it worked, and hey, it was a banger, and people do love it, and I always see like people commenting or liking it or telling me about it. So I love that one. It's one of my early files that I was like, yeah, this is an actual immersive file. I was able to create the things I want. I was able to make you feel you were going through different rooms. There were people, you were dancing, you were with this stranger who had this hypnotic aura to them, all that stuff. That's when I actually starting getting confident and started to feel like, yeah, I'm now knowing what I want, knowing what I'm doing, and just it just got better and better from there. And well, since 2021 till now, I've made, I think, over 70, 80 files. I don't know. I used to make like that. That was also another thing about it. I started with making 2 files a month, uh, and they were like one the middle of the month and one at the end of the month, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it was it took me a while to find and discover the actual uh like the actual schedule that works for me. It started with the two, then I felt like I can do more and I want to do more, and I can do it in a way that doesn't overwhelm me or get me to feel burnt out. Uh, so yeah, I started that at 2021, and for like a few months, half a year, I did the 2 files, and then I started doing three, and I was like also focused on having a consistent schedule on Patreon and on YouTube. So I added another file and I started doing it like every Wednesday, I think. I don't remember the day, but I was doing it on a weekly basis, 3 weeks and taking a week off. But I felt like that overwhelmed me for a few, like the 3 weeks were like intense and overwhelmed, and then I had like more than 15 days to just do nothing. So at 2022, yeah, I think May of 2022, I found what I'd like to believe is the best and most balanced part and most balanced schedule I could find, which is the current schedule of like the 5th, 15th, and 25th of the month. Like every 10 days, you get a new YouTube file, and on the 10th, 20th, and 30th, or end of the month, you get the Patreon one, and you get the Trancey talk on, well, supposedly on the last Saturday of the month, but well, that doesn't always happen. But hey, thank you, and I appreciate your understanding. uh, but yeah, I've been talking for 40 minutes and I basically told you my journey and life story and all that. I hope I wasn't boring, and well, I hope I didn't put you to sleep, the actual sleep. If you went into a hypnotic sleep, then hey, good for you, but it's time to wake up now. uh, but yeah, now I do want to hear from you, and I want you to tell me about your experience, your history, how you found out about me, how you found the channel, what made you like it, and what made you stay. Hey, uh, there are a lot of awesome content creators and a lot of new ones coming out every day, and I'm glad we live in a day and age where people all around the world can express themselves and they can actually find whatever thing they enjoy, and someone out there, if it's not me, it's someone else that's catering for your taste. So I'm glad that that is happening now. And when I started, uh that definitely wasn't the case when I started. So hey, I'm glad we live in this open day and age. Did I hypnotize you to forget? Maybe. Who knows? But that's okay. I know if you don't remember. But do you remember how many years, how many weeks, how many months, how many days you found me? Like, was it this year, last year, back in 2014 maybe? I actually want to know who might be the one who's been following me or checking and enjoying my content the longest. I'll give you a spiral as a reward. uh, but yeah, it's generally just, knowing that, knowing how you found me, just sharing the stories, as I said, going on a trip down memory lane. But yeah, how did you find me, or let's say, what's the earliest memory you have of my content? Do you remember a specific file, a specific video, a specific stream? Do you have a favorite file that you always return to, or files that you're always going back to, like obedience training, something related to the tentacles, just a random tranquilizer dart, for example, file? You know, just all that stuff uh, that you go to and enjoy in general. Uh, HP says, I know that it was before the break and that I always had the bell on, so I saw this way when you came back. I got into hypnosis around 2018, shortly after I think I found you. that's great. 2018, that was a great time. And yeah, the bell. I that was also part of the stuff I made. Uh, the sound related files. I do enjoy those, and I actually want to find other hypnotic sounds to use. If you have any, or like if you have something specific you think it can be a hypnosis sound in a way, uh, let me know. Hey, still about, but back in 2017 or 2018, I made a few sound related files. It was the metronome and the bell. These are the two ones I remember off the top of my head. They were basically just using a metronome to, or like associating a metronome to my voice and to hypnosis, and to the fact that when you hear it, you fall under and drop into trance. And the same goes for the bell. When you hear the bell, which, let's see, does it exist? Hopefully it exists. When you hear the bell, that I'm not sure if it's working or not, but when you hear the bell, yeah, I think this one, I hope you heard it. When you hear that bell, you actually go under. And yeah, I'm just gonna be playing with you for a little while now. Let's see if it works. Of course it will, but let's see if it technologically works. uh but yeah, these kind of sounds, these things related to uh hypnosis, like a certain sound, a certain frequency, a bell, a clicker. I've done clicker. It's gonna be out on YouTube someday. But that kind of stuff, that's always a good time. Uh, what else? Actually, yeah, I think I can talk about the future. We've been talking about the past all the time. I want to talk about the future as well. Because, well, you see, the future is a mystery. No, I do know in general what I want to be doing in the future, and well, the biggest one, or the biggest thing I want to be doing in the future is continue working and continue making files, all sorts of files. Really, I want to expand in a way. I don't know how exactly, and I'd love your suggestions about it. But I want to be doing more. I want to continue working on 1001 Hypnotic Nights. I'm definitely enjoying that one. I like what I'm doing with it, and I hope you are too. Because, well, this month the Hypno Games saga is gonna end. And actually, there will be two things happening when I post the the last file of it. I'll be posting the last file of the series individually, like its own separate one. And I want to do a compilation, like all the 7 chapters that I made of the whole story. I want to put them in like one file and have them back to back to back to back to back to back to back, I think. So yeah, I'll be posting these two uh, around the 10th or 11th of this month. And I'm actually gonna be starting a new series, or a new story in this series, which I believe is gonna be the roommate shenanigans one. I haven't yet named it, but it's basically like you're living with your roommate and your roommate hypnotizes you, but what do they do to you? how do they hypnotize you, what do they make you do, all that stuff. That is what's coming next. And that's the first one of the files I'll be making this month. But yeah, that's one of it. And in general, I like I will be doing the regular 3 files a month. Uh, like 3 new files for Patreon and 3 new files, or actually now it's basically 4 new files for YouTube. Cause you get the regular 3 files, and you also get the old chapter or the previous chapter from last month on YouTube. And I hope you will know what is 1001 Hypnotic Nights, and I'm not just talking gibberish to all of you. But it's basically like choose your own hypnosis experience kind of thing. Like I have a main story, and every chapter in the story is a normal file you can listen to individually. But of course, if you listen to the previous ones, it's all the much better and all the much more immersive. But at the end of the file, I also leave it on a sort of open end in a way to get you excited for the next chapter. And the next chapter is what you choose. You're the one who make the choice, and you're the ones who actually choose what happens next. Because like after each file, I make I post a poll on my Patreon, and people go there and vote on what happens next. It's a Patreon exclusive one because they get the newest or the latest chapter first. But yeah, that's 1001 Hypnotic Nights. I know I've been talking for 53 minutes now. I hope you're not bored of me. Like, actually type, uh, what I want to make this funny in a way. But type GG. Type GG in chat if you're enjoying yourself. uh, but yeah. Uh, yeah, in general, I do want to hear from you what you'd like to see from me. I'd like to know what are things you'd like to see me do. Like, one of my, I wouldn't say it's a goal, it's more of a wish, is to actually be able to have sessions with people, record them, and all that stuff, and just post them. Or, just a content creator kind of thing. And it doesn't even have to be an erotic thing. I just, a normal, fun session with a wonderful lady, because I do I am straight, so it makes sense. Uh, so yeah, that kind of stuff. That's what I'd like to do and wish to do in the future. Of course, depends on finding people who would be willing and enjoy that kind of stuff and want to actually do it. But yeah, that's a whole different story. But that's my personal wish or hopefully goal for the future. We'll see. But what about you? What do you want me to see? What did I say? What do you want to see me doing in the future? Whether it's a certain kind of file or a certain concept or concepts or something like a big project you'd like to see me work on, or you'd like to uh, have me do that kind of stuff. Basically, like I want to hear from you. I want to know what it is you like to see. uh, what else before that? HP says I'm open to almost anything. That's the spirit, you know. That's what I like to hear. You are open to try the new things, the old things, everything, almost. uh, and that gives me room for just experimenting. I always enjoy doing the experiments, trying out different stuff, trying out random stuff. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss, you know, but that's life. And Halo says hypnotic creature file for sure. Uh, what do you mean by a hypnotic creature? Like, is it a certain creature? Like, what do I do? Like, first you have the classics, like a tentacle monster, or you have a vampire, or stuff like that. But is it like, what kind of creature do you mean, or do you imagine? Because I've done a bunch of them, of course, the vampire, the tentacles, all this stuff. I actually have a brain slugs one. If you ever saw Futurama, I believe, uh, then you'd know these green slugs or green kind of creatures that latch onto your mind. They're similar to tentacle creatures in a way, but they're just small snail or like small sized creatures that latch onto your mind and right onto your head, the top of your head. And well, they control you. Uh Ashby says I might be slow sometimes with actually getting to listen to the files, but when I do I usually like them. Hey, that's okay. No, life happens, you get busy, we all get busy. That's totally fine. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point of why I'm making these files. It's because sometimes I'm not available to actually have a session. Sometimes you're busy with life, and when you have the time and you want to unwind and just enjoy yourself or get to experience something new, you have them readily available for you. And you can simply listen to them and enjoy them and have all the fun, all the good time and everything. Uh, but yeah, and hey, we're not done yet. I promised some hypnosis, so you'll be getting some hypnosis. It might be short, it probably will be short, but hey, I'm a man of my words. And I think, of course, if you don't want me to hypnotize you, I might be like, okay, that's totally fine. And we can just end the stream in a few minutes, if that's what you want. But if you want me to hypnotize you, then I might be kind and generous, you know? After all, it's my channel's birthday and you all showed up, so you deserve a little present. Uh, but, well, it's pretty. It's pretty obvious that I've been talking for an hour and you've been listening, so I feel like you're already in that state, you're already in that open state, in that susceptible state, in that easy to hypnotize state. And it doesn't take long, it doesn't really need to take long. You are ready and eager and excited to let go, to fall down, to simply just enjoy yourself and enjoy my voice. Enjoy the sound of my voice and how good it makes you feel. How, no matter how many times you've listened to it, each and every single time feels better than the one before. It makes you feel happier, more relaxed, more happy and simply eager and wanting to let go. Happy to just slip, happy to just sink, happy to just fall, happy to let go, unwind, and get rid of all the pesky thoughts, all the pesky thoughts and stress, all the stress and resistance and worries and cares, all the responsibilities. You don't need any of that. You don't need any of that at all here. In this time, in this dream, during this hour and a bit, we're here together. You don't need any of that. The moment you hear my voice, you just relax. You just relax and let go. You just relax and feel your whole body getting limp and loose, feeling all your muscles loosening up, and just relax and completely relax and unwinding and letting go, falling down, falling deep, and just drop down, all the way down. It feels so good, so nice, so relaxed, and so calming and comforting. It feels so good to go deeper and deeper and deeper, simply falling and sinking deep down, all the way down. So easy to fall and sink and relax, taking this much needed break, this lovely, enjoyable break where you can just let go completely and unwind, relax yourself and fall deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper under my spell with no worries or cares, knowing this is a safe space. This is a safe space for you to let go and just enjoy yourself. Enjoy how I make you feel. Enjoy how my voice makes you feel and how you're happy, relaxed, and just carefree when you listen to the sound of my voice, whether now or any time in the future, whether it's this dream or any of my files. You just feel good and happy, happy to relax and let go, to unwind and let yourself sink down, slip all the way under, and feel the freedom, the freedom from being in control. You don't need to be in control here. This is a safe space for you to let go, a safe space for you to just relax and let go. It feels so good to unwind and relax. So good to feel yourself sinking, falling, and just dropping even deeper, deeper and deeper. That's right. You're doing a wonderful job sinking for me, falling deeper and deeper for me. You're doing a great job listening to the sound of my voice and how good it makes you feel. How you're just enjoying everything right now, everything I'm doing to you, and how whenever you get to listen to my voice, whenever you get to hear any of my files, you just instantly relax. You relax and let yourself go. You immerse yourself in my file, in my voice, and in the story I tell. You just feel wonderfully happy, happy and relaxed to let go, to not have to think or care or worry about anything at all. You just listen and let go, listen and fall deep. That's right. So good. It feels so good to let go and take this much needed break. And you find that as I count from 1 to 5 and snap my fingers the next time, you wake up feeling amazing, feeling so good, so happy, so relaxed and energetic, so happy and excited, having enjoyed this wonderful and blissful trance, always in such a wonderful and lovely mood after one of my trances, and always eager and excited for more of my voice. With one starting to wake up feeling wonderful and relaxed. Two, happy and feeling good all over. Three, always excited to hear and listen to the sound of my voice. Four, always looking forward to more of my trances and my content. And five, waking up now. Hello, hello. Welcome back, my dears. I hope you've enjoyed that and enjoyed yourself. I just wanted you to have a lovely, simple, and enjoyable trance after giving you my life story, basically. And I do hope you did enjoy the stream as a whole. I know it was not really hypnosis heavy, it was more us talking, but I do enjoy that from time to time as well. I do enjoy that all the time, talking to you, but I mean like uh less hypnosis, more talking. Uh HP says didn't notice that I fell until I was under. Hey, that's the best time to notice that you're under or that you fell while you are under. But yeah, I believe I know it's late for, well, a lot of us. So I believe this is a good time to end the stream. But before we do, as always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the other content and files and streams I have. And well, hello Ultra. Welcome. The stream was all about uh well, all about my history basically with hypnosis and how I started and when I started. So do feel free to check the whole thing out once it's done. You'll get basically a history lesson of how I started and where I am and all that stuff. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you are enjoying my content and enjoying, well, what I do. But yeah, like the video, as we always say, hypnotize the algorithm by liking my content and check out the rest of my content and videos and do follow me on Twitter or Tumblr. And finally, it's always appreciated and it's always a wonderful time when you subscribe to my Patreon or support me on Patreon, and that's where you get the most exclusive and latest content, as well as getting to vote on the new chapters of 1001 Hypnotic Night and the topics we talk about here. But yeah, I think that's all for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and I look forward to our next stream. And as always, as always, you know where to find me. And yeah, have a lovely evening, night, morning, wherever you are, and always remember to stay safe and trance responsibly and listen to my voice as it trances your mind and melts your mind away. See you next time. Bye.